Hi. First let me make sure there's I have a pimple, but aside from that, I just ate, so I didn't know if there's food on my face. I'm not really gonna edit this video. So we're just gonna roll with it. I made a video years ago now, 2013, I think, so 3 years ago, about being an ENFP. And it was for the Facebook group Typefront, which I won't get into a lot about. My memory honestly even gets foggy, but people on the internet are crazy. Got a little crazy. People were a little crazy. So basically, that group disbanded. There are still some of us from the group who are really close. There's literally a handful of us. Are still really good friends and keep in contact every day. A lot of them live on the East Coast. They're actually most of them in New York now, and they get to hang out with each other, and that's really cool. But I'm the only one on the West Coast, so sucks for me. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun to re-answer the questions now that I'm a little bit older. I think I was 19. I was 19 when I answered the questions the first time. I'll maybe babble a little bit less, maybe more. I don't know. A lot has changed. Now I'm 22, and I live in California. And yeah, let's jump into it, I guess. The first question, what do I notice about people when I first meet them? Same things everyone else notices, I guess. What they're wearing. Their vibe, I guess. I remember I said I paid attention to body language, which I do. Originally, I went on a rant about not a rant, but a ramble, about how I was in theater, and I just pay attention to everyone's body language, and I can tell when someone's, self-confident or not, which is true, but I guess I just mostly make broad generalizations, I guess. But being so well versed in MBTI, I would say I generally make a brash judgment of sensor perceiver or intuitive feeler, or I basically get the gist of a person more or less off of what they're wearing or what they how they talk, sort of thing, I guess. Obvious things like hair color and piercings and tattoos, of course, I notice. I have a penchant for noticing pretty boys with long, beautiful, curly hair. That's not a thing I should notice, but guilty as charged. Yeah, I guess I notice the same things everyone else notices when you first meet. Some of these questions are dumb, honestly, a lot of them. But I'm doing it anyway, okay? Nicest thing anyone has ever done for me. So my dad died in November. For reference, if people are watching this video in the future, it is July now. It's July 5th. So he died pretty recently. It wasn't expected. In his sleep. I don't live with my family anymore. I live in California. I'm out here for school. So yeah, Dad died. It was horrible, unexpected, obviously the most traumatic thing I've ever gone through. But I would have to say the nicest thing that anyone has ever done for me would just be the support I got after my dad died. Namely from a really good internet friend of mine from years ago. We met when we were freshmen in high school on the internet. Maddie and my friend Carly and a few other of my really close friends, Taylor, who I mentioned in my old video, my ESFJ friend. We're still close, and a good group of close friends. I lost a lot of friends, honestly, after my dad died. You really realize who's there for you and who's not. when that sort of thing happens. There are a lot of friends who have still never said they're sorry, you know, never given me condolences, and it's been months. People who I considered like my really close friends. So that's been shitty, but my dad's death really gave me perspective on friendships and made it really easy to cut people out who I didn't really care about anymore, and made me realize who I do care about a lot, who I would really care about losing. So it really gave me a lot of clarity in that sense. But anyway, just the general empathy and care I received during those really hard first several months, especially because it was in the holiday season. You know, it was 2 weeks after my 22nd birthday, 2 weeks before my mom's birthday, before Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, and he was a veteran, 25 years in the Navy, before Christmas and my sister's birthday and New Year's. It was right in the cluster of all of our birthdays and all the holidays. But those friends really, really carried me through it, and really picked me up and took me. My friend Maddie and my friend Carly, they had also lost parents in the past year or two, and they really took me on their healing with them, and picked me up and allowed me to grieve with them, and they grieved with me, and that is the kindest thing that anyone has ever done for me. I can't express my gratitude fully. There aren't words for it. They inspired me. They helped me find my new calling in life, which is I left theater behind. I am now studying midwifery. So I'm going to be a midwife and a doula. Their compassion really inspired me and really helped me realize that I want to serve people, and women especially, and that the power of an empathetic woman is like nothing else on the face of this earth. And that was the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me, was just grieving with me. That was incredible. That's the nicest thing. How did I discover typology? My dad, I mentioned that in my old video. He was in the military, and he had to take it, I think, when he was in the military. And he always thought that we were really similar. And we were pretty similar, like father, like daughter. But he was an ESTP, I'm an ENFP. We definitely had like the banter down pat. We're both very quick-witted. So I discovered it through him, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll take this test. And I just kind of got obsessed with it. And then I found people on the internet who were also obsessed with it. And now we're all friends. And weird people on the internet who love obscure things stick together. So that's how I'm here. What has it taught me? It's taught me a lot. I mentioned that in my old video. It's taught me a lot about my strengths, a lot about my weaknesses, a lot about how to communicate with people, how to best suit myself, how to find people who have traits that I want around me, how to understand the inner workings of my family. My mom and my sister are ISTJs, my brother is an ESFP, so there can be some conflict sometimes, but we, work it out, and it helps me, keep my extrovert thinking in check and, not sass anyone too hard. And really in recent history, since I've changed majors and I'm going into nursing, and I've made a lot of life changes as well. It has really helped support me, I guess, through those changes, and know like where I need to apply my energy and how to get through some crap, man. I've been through some crap in the last few years, but A lot of hard work and the help of typology has gotten me through some stuff. So I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, it's taught me how to function, basically. The functions, it's taught me how to function. Yes. Do I type people around me? Of course. I mentioned that first thing. And what do I notice about people? I type everyone around me. I'm pretty accurate, I would say, most of the time. There are a few people who escape me. A few sneaky ones who will baffle me. The closer I am to someone, generally the harder it might be for me to type them, actually. If I'm being blocked by a certain sort of feeling, if my introverted feeling is, so to speak, like blinding me, because I feel a certain way about them, and everyone has biases. I want to think that they're a specific type, but that might not be true. But it's always helpful to get second opinions from people, have them take tests, see what it comes out as. But yeah, I type everyone around me. I know everyone's type. Or think I know everyone's type who's around me. So if you're my friend and you think I haven't thought about it, not so true. Definitely think about it. I feel like I'm like so boring compared to my old video when I was like peppy and like so young and hopeful. Not that I'm not young and hopeful anymore. I just, I don't know. I feel like maybe I look a little boring. How does my type correlate to how I developed in my childhood and early adult years? I was very stereotypical ENFP child, I guess. Very creative. Still very creative. I was a theater major up until like the past few months when I changed to nursing to study midwifery. I still create a lot. Even though I'm not pursuing the arts, the arts are in my blood. I can't not pursue the arts in some sense, whether it's just for self-satisfaction or for others or whatever. I write spoken word poetry, so I perform slam, and I write freelance articles, like op-ed pieces. I'm internationally published. I paint a lot. I could actually show you. I'm wearing like ugly pajama pants. I should have had the forethought to think about that before I started filming. But hey, we're just going with it, right? Yeah, so I paint and I sell my paintings. So basically what I'm saying is I was always very ENFP-ish. I was always artistically inclined. Oh, I'm selling a book of my poetry and paintings. Some paintings from the recent history, like since my dad's died, and a few before that. It's called On Being Blue. They will all be handmade, all hand-painted, original pieces. I do like vagina paintings. This one's about gender. Oh yeah. This piece is called Government Handout. If you can sense my sarcasm, because it's very hard to get on government assistance and it's very hard to keep it. And it's a very frustrating process. And these are all like actual, letters I've received. I love this one. That was just a quick little doobly-doo. This is from high school, actually, this one. Save the Bees. And you can buy prints of my work if you wanted to. I don't know if you would want to. This one is My Bad Therapist. Oh yeah, really bad therapist. Yep, look at that placenta. Placenta on fleek. I did this one night when I couldn't sleep. It was like pretty soon after my dad died. It's a Wombat song. That one's not very good. I have some ones I really like, mostly in my binder, so that I can be a show-off. Les Mis lyrics. It's a Maya Angelou quote. Trust life a little bit. The watercolor is the fun part, not the text. This one's a self-portrait. Let me pull it out. I've also got a nice placenta painting here. So there we go. It's me. I'm sure you can see the likelihood. It's called Boy Crazy, because I'm a little boy crazy. This video is going to be longer than the first one. I didn't think that was possible. I guess I was kind of concise in the first one, even though I rambled. It's a nice placenta. As you can see, I really care about birth. It inspires me a lot. Reproduction inspires me a lot. Women inspire me a lot. I also do photography, film. This guy is called The Wagon Man. He was one of the original creators of the Rugrats. He and his wife actually travel around the country, and all they do is pull wagons with like these little dolls on it. And their goal is just to make you smile. This is a carnitas place in like Santa Ana. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is I was always a weird, like, artistic child. I think I was pretty typical as an ENFP child. I got bullied a lot, honestly. I mean, even now, like, I dressed pretty eccentric to school earlier. And I'm in college, and I'm 22 years old. Like, I don't give a shit if someone's gonna laugh at me. Like, they can fucking laugh at me. It's fine. I'm confident in myself, and I am who I am, and I'm a little bit quirky, and that's okay. People love Halloween. People love to dress up, and if I love to dress up on a daily basis, then, like, what the f do they care? Like, I'm having fun, and I feel like myself. And I have blue hair because I quit working at Disneyland. Well, I didn't quit. They kind of fired me after my dad died-ish, sort of. I stopped going in because they, like, wanted me back right away, and they, like, tried to schedule me during my dad's burial and his funeral, and I was like, I'm not going to be there. I wrote an article about it. Put it down there. But yeah, and so I worked at Disneyland for like 2 years, and that was pretty much horrible. I couldn't have fun with how I looked. I couldn't have like my nose rings. I couldn't dye my hair. It was like 2 years of a stressful work environment for very little pay, like poverty wages, like Bernie Sanders said. And like after my dad died, I was so tired of people staring at me that I like dyed my hair blue and like had piercings back in my face, and people stopped messing with me. But it's just very nice to be like free and fun and quirky again and feel like myself. I don't have to look like a boring ass person at Disneyland. It's great. So enthralling. I don't know where I was going with this. So yeah, that basically I was very stereotypical, and then I studied theater in college, and now I changed to nursing. I'm really smart, being an ENFP with my expert intuition and my expert thinking. I've always relied on it a lot in school. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily the most studious person, but I am really intelligent. I'm studying a lot now because I have to, because I'm going into nursing, and I can't really, I could fly through liberal arts classes like, no problem, but buckling down on the science and the math for sure. Definitely putting all of my hard work into it. But those were, I've basically rested on my laurels, so to say, all my life as an ENFP. I also have bipolar disorder. That was really hard as an ENFP. Already having extrovert intuition and introvert feeling was very difficult, but I'm doing really well now, and I'm on a great medication, and I keep expecting this video to like run out, but I'm doing really well in therapy as well. I'm really happy, honestly. I have what they call post-traumatic growth instead of post-traumatic stress since my dad died. It's the weirdest thing, you know. It feels very strange to say like I'm the happiest I've ever been, and it's you know, for lack of like any better reasoning or better phrasing, because of my dad's death. Obviously, given my druthers, like I would rather have my dad back any day of the week, anytime. Like, you know, that's not. I would never say that I'm happier this way. But it has given me a new lease on life, basically, and I've been very fortunate to have post-traumatic growth. It's really helped me pull through. I'm doing really well, and I'm really healthy, and I've never been this healthy. I mean, even since 4th grade, when I first started getting depression, I don't think I've ever felt this happy. So, yeah, I don't know. Those are more ENFP things carrying me through childhood, through early adulthood. I don't know. I find my way out of bad situations a lot. I feel like that's another ENFP trait. I'm just really good at, I don't know, surviving, I guess. How do I describe love? Ultimate, like, comfort, and happiness. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the idea of monogamy and marriage. I'm not anti-monogamy or marriage, but I definitely don't think it's for everyone. I'm not sure if it's for me. I have no idea. I feel like making someone your entire life and your entire world is a very stressful thing. I've seen marriage ruin people financially and emotionally and mentally, and, you know, it's just a lot. I do want to have children. Definitely want to have children. Definitely want to raise children. How I want to do it, I don't know. But love, I definitely believe in love. But I think love comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes and forms, and polyamory is totally valid, and monogamy is totally valid, and if people are happy and people are comfortable and people, you know, are ecstatically enthused for the existence of someone and overjoyed by someone's presence and impact in their life, I feel like that's love. And I feel like that can go a million ways. I'm definitely a romantic, but I don't really buy into romance much, if that makes sense. My life philosophy: peace on earth begins at birth. Get bitter or get better. Yep, basically that. You can get bitter, you can get better. I think that's really my life philosophy. Shit happens, and you just have to keep going. After a hard, long day, what do I do? What do I do when I'm stressed? I paint. I write. I sleep. I make food. Yeah, I sing. I do the same things I've always done when I'm stressed. If I really need to, I cry. I cry a lot. I think crying's really healthy. I definitely suggest crying. Yeah. That's what I do. Sometimes I play Toontown. I like to do things that numb my brain sometimes when it's like all a little bit like too much, which is a lot of it sometimes. Just doing something really mind numbing can be very helpful. But these days I'm putting a lot of my time and energy into arts because I'm not performing in theater anymore, so it's very cathartic for me. Very blessed to have many artistic outlets, I think. Well, that's the end of the questions. I hate these questions, and I realize it's the second time answering them, so it kind of probably dragged on and just the same shit over and over again. But I did update you on my life, which is nice. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down below. If you want me to answer your real questions, if you want me to do another set of answers or something, or if you want me to do a Myers-Briggs themed vlog or something, I can produce one of higher quality. But I can do that. Yeah, so just let me know, homies. You saw my old video. You've seen me in my INFJ friend talking video. So I'm pretty sure you know that I'm an ENFP by now. I'm pretty sure you believe it by now. Hopefully, I think I seem pretty ENFP, although I'm, a little bit older, so I'm not playing the ecstatic, bubbly, manic pixie ENFP character anymore, maybe. But I'm just an older, more mellow ENFP now. So yeah, comment, questions, whatever. Let me know. I'm down to do this Myers-Briggs thing. Love ya. See you later.